Part 5, the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records represent a cosmic library or universal database containing every thought, emotion, experience, and event from all souls throughout time and space. This isn't a physical archive, but rather an energetic field that transcends normal reality, often compared to a spiritual internet that stores the complete history of existence, including past lives, present experiences, and even potential futures. You see, thoughts are forms of energy, and like all energy, they follow the fundamental law of physics that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. When a thought leaves your conscious awareness, it doesn't simply vanish into nothingness, but continues to exist in the energetic field of the universe. This is why thoughts, emotions, and experiences are believed to be permanently stored in the Akashic records. They represent the energetic imprints of consciousness that must go somewhere, since energy itself is eternal and indestructible. Anyone can potentially access the Akashic records through rigorous meditation, altered states of consciousness, or intuitive practices, though some people naturally have stronger abilities. People seek Akashic records readings for spiritual guidance, healing, understanding life patterns, past life readings, and gaining insight into their soul's purpose and relationships. The records are believed to contain not just events, but the actual thoughts and feelings of all beings ever. Campbell has been to the Akashic records numerous times and he explains it as a large information database that exists within our virtual reality system. This database isn't a mystical repository, but a practical necessity for our reality to function efficiently. Campbell identifies three sub-databases within the records: the past actualized database, our history; the past unactualized database, what could have happened but didn't; and the future probable database, what might happen based on current probabilities. Imagine reality works like a video game. When you walk into a new room in a game, the PlayStation has to instantly create what's in that room: furniture, objects, enemies, whatever. But the PlayStation can't think of everything from scratch every single time. That's highly inefficient. So it has pre-made lists of what usually goes in different types of rooms. Think back to our LCS rendering example from before. A kitchen gets kitchen stuff, a bedroom gets bedroom stuff, and so on and on and on. Our reality works the same way. When you do something where nobody knows what should happen, like opening an old box in your basement that's been there for decades, reality has to quote unquote create what's inside that box. It picks from a list of things that make sense to be there. Old Christmas decorations are likely, a live elephant is not. Reality keeps these lists ready ahead of time, so it doesn't have to figure everything out in the moment. Campbell tested this in many of his 10,000 plus trips out of body by going into past life memories or talking to dead people in meditation. He discovered these aren't real living people, they're just information, like talking to a recording. Every time he had the same conversation with his dead uncle, for instance, he got exactly the same responses, like replaying the same movie. This proved it's just a database of information, not actual conscious people still living somewhere. These databases also function like a library, allowing you to explore scenarios such as what would have happened if I married someone else, or what might happen if I take this job. They're useful for learning and understanding, but Campbell warns not to use them to make all of your decisions. The whole point of being alive is to make your own choices and learn from them. Furthermore, the LCS will provide healers, intuitives, and seers with information to share with you. However, they are sometimes instructed not to reveal it, as you may not be ready, and premature knowledge would corrupt the lessons you're here to learn. The healer will either divert the topic or tell you outright they can't share what they're seeing. This happened to me several times. For instance, one time I was processing really intense emotions during a 1-month purge and was seeking answers from Neringa as to what the hell was going on and what I should do about it. She was mysteriously silent the entire time, and later revealed she was instructed to leave me be. I had to learn what was happening on my own. We can't always have the guru as a crutch. The most important lessons can only be learned in the terrifying freedom of figuring it out yourself. More intriguingly, the LCS may give identical messages to 20 different healers you visit, even if the information isn't technically true. It knows what narrative will best serve your evolution and will feed that info to every healer you visit until the lesson is learned. None of this knowledge was in my databank back then, and it still amazes me how some people are able to access it. But accessing the Akashic Records paled in comparison to my bewilderment and confusion surrounding an ancient energy that was about to awaken inside of me towards the end of the retreat. An energy that is potentially the most dangerous and destructive of them all.